You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.
Hello, my dear listeners. Welcome to 90.8 Hills FM, the voice of change, Nagaland's first community radio station. This is your RJ Temsu, and today we are in conversation with a very well-known name in the field of sports from Nagaland and beyond. She is currently the president of Sports Club Nagaland. Yes. She is Christine Longchari. So, hello, Christine. Thank you so much for agreeing for this interview, and welcome to our studio.
Thank you for that very, generous introduction. I wouldn't say very well known, but thank you for that.
So, Sports Club Nagaland, and I believe it was formed way back in 2018, is it?
Correct, yes.
Can you please tell us a little bit about the Sports Club?
So initially, Sports Club Nagaland was started as a platform where we wanted to develop different disciplines in sport. So there's a very funny story. So during COVID, you have a lot of time to think, right? So it had started before COVID, but during COVID, we decided to go, 100%. So me and my husband, we started this initially. And let's see how the conversation goes from there.
So Sports Club Nagaland, do you focus on all the sports, or is there particular sports?
Primarily, we wanted to promote women in sports. And we got into football because actually the government has a beautiful program for developing women in sports. They have an academy in IG Stadium in Kohima. So what we noticed was that the players there did not have a platform. So we thought, why not introduce an alternative platform, be it like exposure trips or competitions outside, and that's how we initially got into football. Yeah.
So how did you zero into football? In particular, I believe you focus on women football.
Yes. So like I mentioned, yes. So football in the state has a lot of scope. And also with my husband's expertise from before, he was working in a sports management club. We both realized that, like I said, the scope of football in Nagaland is quite impressive. So we wanted to do something in that area. Yeah. But having said that, we do focus on other sports as well. Like we have a few basketball coaches, from outside as well, who were past national players. Then this year we're trying to do something with Sepak Takraw.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
You're branching out really well, I believe.
Hopefully, let's see. We're trying.
So, are you also personally interested in football? Are you a sports person?
Okay, football, yes. I am very interested. I love the game. And personally, I'm not a footballer, no, but I try to be a competitive pistol shooter. Yes.
I believe I have heard your name, and I have read your name again and again when it comes to the field of pistol.
Really?
Yes.
No, I'm trying. Yes. It's a very interesting sport. So in fact, I would encourage young people to take it up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, when you scout players, right, what are your expectations from players? Or say, what makes one a good sports person?
Okay, what makes one a good sports person? Okay, there's no secret formula. Okay, but then there's Nagas in general. We're very talented, and we have a lot of talent. But it's the little changes that make the little things that make a big difference. So when it comes to a sports person, very simple: dedication, discipline, determination. We call it the 3Ds. In our privately in our club, we call it the 3Ds, and that's very crucial because that's what is going to set somebody apart. From here to there, the little changes. So yeah.
Are there some habits that, in your opinion, sports person or say football players in general should cultivate if they're interested in being successful in their chosen sport?
Okay, certain habits, many habits, but one thing that comes from the top of my head would be procrastination. That is something that people don't talk about, but to be a dedicated sports person, you really have to control procrastination. And apart from that, for a sports person, it's your performance that matters, right? So any habits that might hamper your performance, and I'm not only talking about excessive drinking or excessive smoking or habits like tobacco addiction, but even something like a bad diet can really affect your performance, you know. So yeah, factors like that.
Diet, let's talk about diet.
Yeah.
I believe diet is very important in sports or in
Yes.
general as
Yes.
well. So, can you maybe give us a rough diet for a young school-going boy or girl to follow, so that he or she might do well in sports in the future?
Okay, again, that also depends on which discipline of sport, right? Like, just say, for example, if it's, okay, first of all, like, on the record, I'm not a nutritionist, yeah, but just say as a aspiring sports person or something also, for example, like me personally, if I know I have a competition and I'm going to shoot, then I wouldn't drink too much coffee because I know it's going to affect my blood pressure, you know, or I wouldn't eat like very spicy food or something because it creates indigestion or something like that. So even for a sports person, generally speaking, you can say that you can, how to say, healthy food. It's essential. Something that wouldn't spike your sugar too much, or, you know, like a basic, generic healthy diet. Yeah.
Do you feel like our Naga cuisine is good enough for a sports person?
Oh, I would say it's very
healthy.
healthy, yeah. Maybe you cut down on the rice, maybe not too much rice because it makes you a little lethargic. Yeah, so just say you're going to run on the field and you know, like, you're going to be playing in another hour or so, don't eat like 1 cup of rice or something. Apart from that, yeah, Naga food is generally healthy. It's boiled diet, a lot of vegetables, you know, so it's pretty healthy.
You have initially mentioned about the football scene as well,
Mhm.
and how it's quite positive so far. Right?
Yes.
So how do you see the football scene progressing in the future in our state?
Okay, so like you mentioned, yes, we do have a lot of scope and progressing in the future. I would say our people in general, we shouldn't expect things to happen overnight. It's going to take some time, but changes are happening. So we just have to be positive. And it's the little changes and the community support that makes a difference. So in the future, I would say, yes, it's for the better. Yeah.
Can you mention some challenges and futures of football in Nagaland, in particular for women?
In particular for women, okay. Actually, I would say that the scope for women in football is quite positive now, because even in the global field, you're seeing more focus on, say, FIFA having more focus on women's championships, women's World Cup, you know, and most of the clubs also focusing on having a women's division. So I would say it's quite positive. And people in Nagaland also, surprisingly, because I mean, when you talk about sports, you have like certain masculine disciplines of sport, and which are considered mutani kilule lege or something, right? But strangely in Nagaland, you have a lot of parents who are supportive. So I would say it's quite positive. Yeah.
So you do believe that Naga women in football can also excel, go beyond our state as well?
Yes, of course. Yes, in fact, we've taken a team also a couple of times for exposure trips, and they have managed pretty well. Yes, they are at par on the global field also. In the state, yes, we do need a few more competitions or a league also, which has started recently. But Naga women in football, yes, we have a lot of scope. We're quite fearless that way.
Oh, nice. That's so fascinating. I believe some months ago, there was a male football player who was signed with a football club outside of India.
Yes.
Somewhere in Thailand, is it?
Yes, correct.
And I understand that you were part of the process to push the boy to get signed. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Okay. It's a long story, but let me try to concise the whole. I mean, give you a synopsis of it. So for us, we have a partnership with a Thai club called Thonburi United, but we also work with the government and a lot of other organizations, because that is how, if we work together, that's how we can bring a positive change, right? So through a lot of support from the Department of Youth Resources and Sports, they did the scouting program where the team from Thailand came. So they came, they did a selection process, and we had a lot of participants who joined the camp. No, sorry, not camp, the selection. and they selected him, this player, Mr. Michivi, and he turned out to be quite a good fit for, So our partner is called Thornbury United. It's a professional Thai club playing in the Thai Division 3 league. And he's the first Naga player to be signed in a professional contract with salary and bonuses. So yeah, we're all pretty proud of him.
No, I believe you must be so elated. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you must be elated as well.
Yeah, of
Somebody-
course, because this boy is going to open up the doorway for many other Naga players, you know. It's just the first step. So, and luckily for all of us, he turned out to be not only a good player, but also a very disciplined player. Yeah, because that is like we mentioned before, right? You know, discipline really matters, and it's a team effort. So if you don't fit the team, obviously people are not going to like you, you know. But he's doing pretty well. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future we can expect women players as well to get signed.
Of course, in fact, we're trying to do something in that, but it'll take some time. Let me not expand too much on that now till it's concrete. Yeah.
Now, for you also personally, since you're part of this sports club, right, that has pushed so many players within the state, and like you have mentioned, one is already signed there in Thailand. Do you have a personal work philosophy that you follow?
Yes, it's very simple. Teamwork.
Okay.
Yeah, very simple, because nobody can do this alone. And we have a fantastic team. And yes, that is, I would say, the key to our, I wouldn't call it success because we're still learning, but key to our work motto. Yeah, it's teamwork.
Are there some things that you never ever do when it comes to your work philosophy? Is there any things like that?
We try not to under-deliver. Be it any project that we're doing, we try to give our best, give our 100%, and try to, achieve our goals and objectives. Yeah.
Now, during your process, when you are scouting young talents, was there ever a time or were there moments where you doubted your investment choices?
Yeah, of course, many times. That's only natural. 1,001 times. However, the point here is we try to convert our doubts into constructive criticism. So, you know, whenever we have doubt, we try to take a step back, look at ourselves and be like, okay, maybe this is an area where we can improve, you know. So, yeah, otherwise doubts are always, you know, always.
But I'm sure there is nothing, I mean, there is no such thing as a regret, right?
Regret, no, because it's quite a, fulfilling endeavor. Yeah.
Now, in your team, can you think or maybe mention any interesting moments with the players or with the team?
Interesting moments, okay. When we're talking about women in football, now I'll tell you a very funny story, okay. So, most of the football players, they have their hair cut short because maybe they don't want the sweat in their face, the hair in their face.
Or
No?
even the women?
Yeah. Like proper like boys cut, no? Especially the goalkeepers, okay. And they have a certain kind of attitude because they have to intimidate their opponents, na. So like, I don't like this terminology personally, but mutanch na. So a couple of years back, I had the opportunity to be the team manager for the girls. So we were going to Guwahati to play one of the national championships, okay. So we stopped in a dhaba to eat lunch. Then me and some of the players, some of the girls, we lined up to use the toilet. So we're waiting for our turn. Then suddenly we hear like, I don't know, what will you call it? The toilet bhaiya, toilet chowkidar. Yeah, one of them shouting, only ladies. Yeah, only ladies. Then started getting louder and louder. And suddenly like he came and grabbed like one of the girls, no? Obviously the ones with the short hair. So we're like, no, bhaiya, ye lady hai. Sachi mein, ye lady hai. So yeah, but he didn't stop there, okay? He found it so funny that a girl can have short hair, na? He decided to say, oh, madam, ye to lady boy hai na, lady boy.
Lady boy.
So, you know, yeah, it was a funny incident.
Yeah, indeed. How did the player, the one...
Yeah. She
How
has
did she react?
she has a fantastic sense of humor. She started laughing even more. It's fine. They're too used to it, you know, because, like I said, all of them have like short hair. Not all of them, most of them short hair, and they're like little tomboyish, so they're quite used to it. Yeah.
initially, I mean, earlier you had mentioned about how your work philosophy is teamwork. Right? So even I agree with that totally. I think there's nothing one can do alone in whatever field it may be. So now I would like to give you the time to mention some of the unsung heroes in your team, and if there's any message that you'd like to give out to them.
Wow, okay. So, hands down, the unsung heroes in our team would be our coaches. Because right now we're talking about football in particular, right? So, I would say our coaches, because the quality of your team depends on the quality of your coaches. Even if you have like fantastic players, if your coaches cannot develop your players, then your team, how to say, mind my language, is shit. You know, so it's the quality of the coaches. So I would say hands down, we have 3 fantastic coaches now. Shivoto, Longchari, and our head coach and partner for Thailand, Mr. Patrick. They're doing a fantastic job. So yeah, a shout out to them.
Shout out to the 3 coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you interact with the players, right? The ones whom you are interested to invest in, I believe that you must be interacting with their guardians as well. So have you ever experienced incidents where you had to convince the guardians of the players so much to trust their words, to follow their passion in football, and eventually it ended up being a positive experience for all?
You know, luckily, touch wood, till date, all the parents that we have interacted with have all been very supportive. So it just goes to show that the mindset in Nagaland is changing, and it's quite inspiring also. Even now, there's this player called Aningu. In fact, he's going to Poland. In fact, next month. With the hope that he'll be signed on to a 3rd division club in Poland, okay, through one of our partners. So his father is so supportive, you know. Like, you won't find many parents who are willing to fund their players, I mean their children, pay for tickets, pay for accommodation, everything, because in the before you get your salary, the initial step the parents have to chip in also, right? So luckily for us, we've only met parents who are like super supportive. Yeah.
You're investing so much of your time, your energy, right, into molding these young talents. So what do you consider as the biggest reward for you?
The biggest reward would be just, how to say, seeing our players happy, content, and knowing that they've reached their full potential. Yeah, that would be the biggest reward.
So then, have you ever had to experience conflict within the team, or where you had to discipline the team? Did you ever experience anything like that?
Again, luckily, no, because for us also, when we work with our teammates, we focus on teamwork again. And I mean, squabbles outside the field, or that's different. If you have personal issues, that's different. However, luckily, all the players that we have, they've really focused on doing collective work for the team. So yeah, so far no, we have not. Yeah.
By what you have mentioned so far, I gather that the team you have is so cooperative. Right? All of them are so disciplined and interested.
Yes.
I mean, they made a conscious decision to be part of the team.
Correct. Yes, you've put it much better than me.
So if there are new talents who wants to to be part of your team, like how can they approach you? Like, is there a scouting week or?
Okay, so I mean, currently we have an academy running in St. John's School, and we also have a U14 academy running in 365 in Dimapur. And apart from that, we hold biannual camps. We usually hold summer camps and winter camps.
Here in Dimapur?
No, both in Kohima and Dimapur.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's open to everybody. So during the camps, we can identify a lot of players. And apart from that, as I was mentioning earlier also, our activities, we function through a lot of collaborations with either departments or private organizations. So last year also, we had the opportunity to expand on our grassroots program. So we had visited like 13 districts, and managed to hold free football camps. So in fact, our current goalkeeper was also scouted from Mokokchung, during the camp. Yeah. and apart from that, they can also follow us on Instagram and then DM us if they're interested.
Can you please tell us the name of your Instagram handle?
Okay. So it is scn.tu.
scn.tu.
Yeah, TU as in Thornbury United, SCN as in Sports Club Nagaland. Yeah.
scn.tu. My dear listeners and viewers, please make sure that you follow them on Instagram and keep updated as well.
Yes.
Right? And if there are any sports queries in particular, please feel free to DM them.
Yes, sure, of course. We're more than willing to reply to everybody.
Now, in your opinion, right, how early, when it comes to age, can one start playing to increase their chances of being successful in their chosen sport?
The earlier the better. Like for example, in our U14 academy here in Dimapur, we have players as young as 4 years old, 5 years old. So our coaches also, they approach students as per the age. Like if you're in that age category, what they do is they focus on ensuring that the player enjoys the game, and just to develop the love for the game. And they give a lot of ball time. Maybe not too technical, because at that age you're impatient, you can't really how to say, focus for too long. So depending on your age category, but yeah, the earlier the better.
How about the maximum age? Do you feel like there is an age limit? I mean, obviously there is an age limit, so what would be the age limit?
See, again, that depends on the individual, okay? Because some boys who come to our camps and are 20 plus, they still, even with no exposure, they're still fantastic,
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe in the European market, we have to be realistic. Maybe in the European market, if you're in your late 20s or 30s, you might not be the best candidate. But I mean, there's other areas also where if you want to, pursue your love of sport. Yeah.
Does it, the age thing, does it depend on sport as well? Or is it more or less same for all the sports?
No, it depends on the discipline. For football, like I said, I would say the younger the better. Maybe like mid-20s to somehow late 20s also, if you're good enough and you have that exposure. Then for other disciplines, I can't answer for all disciplines, but just say, like, we're talking about shooting because I know something about it. You can be fat, you can be short, you can be thin, you can be old, as long as you can shoot. Yeah, there's no age limit. Yeah.
What is it about shooting that fascinates you? Like, how did you get attracted to that particular field?
Oh, that's also a very funny story. Actually, so I used to work for a government department, right? So we had a annual picnic. So that time, the department had invited Aries Shooting Academy, Pistol and Rifle Academy. So they came, and the proprietor also came. And I mean, from the time I was a kid, I was always interested in target shooting, because usually most Naga homes, we have like those air guns and all.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So he brought his, competitive pistol. Then we just shot a few rounds. Then I got in touch and I was like, oh, if I want to pursue this, can I join? And that's how it started. Yeah.
Is it easy as that for you? I think very seamlessly you entered into the field. Right?
How to say? I wouldn't say it's easy. Yeah, you need a lot of dedication and practice, but it's fun. And yeah, I would encourage young kids in Nagaland also to join. Yeah, because there's so much scope and prospect, Yeah.
Now, I understand that you must be quite busy since you already hold the post of president of such a big club in Nagaland, right? And I'm sure you have lots of other engagements as well. But when you are not busy, when you have your own time, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
So, let me start by saying, there's always time for everything. Time management is very important. So as a sports person also, time management is very important. And for me, I would say my lifestyle, how to say, I have a very boring life.
It doesn't seem like that stressful.
But as a hobby, whenever I do have time, I like gaming. So
As in
mobile
gaming?
Not only mobile, but even if it's like old school NES, Contra, Super Mario, or if it's like Mortal Kombat, or
I like you even more after you said that.
or The Witcher. The Witcher is fantastic. Yeah, or mobile gaming also. So yeah, that's what I do in my spare time.
Now that is something very new and so interesting. I've rarely heard of at least adult women who are already occupied with other occupations, who are still into all that. So I think it's so fascinating. It's such an interesting thing about you.
Being born in the 80s, no, just ask all the 80s generation. There was a time when we had that, how to say, the China Mall
Oh, yes.
video
Yeah.
games, no. So I think everyone is quite, almost all. But yeah, and esports is also, that's a different topic for a different day. But esports is also upcoming. It's a fantastic platform.
Okay, I don't know what esports is at all.
Oh, like mobile gaming or
Oh, so that is, as in like, how would you define esports? I have no idea at all.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be a lengthy discussion. But let's not get too detailed. Yeah, let's not get into details. But just say, what games do you know? Mobile games. Do you know?
Right now I can think of only ML.
ML. Okay, ML is also a very popular mobile game. I also play ML, by the way. So, they have the international tournaments also, right, for that. And it's like a proper World Cup. And the amount of sponsorship and money that is involved in that, people have made a career out of it. And you're talking in terms of millions, okay? Yeah, not just like few thousands. So it's an upcoming sport. It's, I would say, a fantastic platform. However, like, I don't want to ruffle any feathers because most parents don't want their kids, but time management,
Yes,
yeah.
true.
If you have studies to do, then might as well, be a good student, finish your studies. Don't spend like 50 hours on the phone, something simple like that. But yeah, esports is upcoming. It's very interesting.
If you come across young talents who are excellent in time management, would you consider investing in those talents when it comes to esports?
Yes, of course, because times are changing. Everything is online now. Yeah, we can't be redundant and refuse to move with the tide.
So true.
Yeah, so I would say yes, esports would be a good platform as well.
I'm so grateful and so happy that you have mentioned about that as well. Because there's such a welcome statement, especially from someone like you who is already into sports and who is already investing in young talents. So
Trying to invest, yeah,
thank
trying
you
to.
for saying that.
No issues.
Over the years, we have also come across the issue of mental health of sports person. It has been highlighted a lot in the media as well. So, can you suggest maybe some habits that sports persons can follow to take care of their mental health, especially under extreme pressure?
Okay, so that is a very interesting question. Yeah, so let me reverse the cards. I'm very happy you asked me that question. Yeah, because mental health is an issue that, like you said, a lot of people don't think it's important enough to discuss, But there's so many aspects to mental health. Let me just give you an example with confidence of a player. Yeah, just say confidence of a player. I mean, when you go on the pitch, when you go on the field, when you go for your competition, there's so many factors that will affect your, mental composition, And it's what's here that's going to reflect in your game and your performance. And something as simple as confidence, it reflects in your game, So, like, just say, for example, we focus a lot on taking our players and our team members for exposure trips. And these exposure trips are not only just to, frolic around in the sun and do a little bit of sightseeing, nothing like that, okay? Like, you have friendly games. During the friendly games, you interact with different teammates from different parts of the world, not just from India, but from other areas also. And you get to, you get a glimpse of how different clubs function, how different people train, it broadens your mindset. And just say you're a sports person and you already enter the field thinking that, like, I'm from a certain kind of background, I don't know anything, I'm definitely going to lose. It affects your performance. You know for a fact that you're not going to do well because you already have that mental block. But if you walk in confident and you know that, I'm almost as good, I'm equally, if not better than them. Confidence really matters. So something small like, making sure that your team has a lot of exposure that also reflects in your gameplay. Yeah.
Very beautifully said.
Yeah.
If one of your players were engaged in bullying, was a bully or was being bullied, like how would you handle the situation?
Oh, bullying is not tolerated at all. That is a complete no-no. So even when it comes to small kids, you have kids also of different sizes, right? If you're getting bullied, that means you're either pulled off the field and you're getting like punished, not getting punished, or you're taken aside and given a good lecture, because if you're a bully, you're not a team player, So
Now, the next question I'm going to ask, I hope it will not be too sensitive for anyone. However, when you do encourage our young players, our young Naga players, and send them outside, is there a fear of racism attached to it sometimes? Do you feel like that's a genuine fear?
Okay, so far, just say for Thailand, the sense of racism, not really, okay, because again, it's Asia, right? So they're Thai people are also quite hospitable and welcoming, especially to the Nagas, because food habits are also a little similar. Looks-wise also we're a little similar. And be it in the European market, most of them are quite open and tolerant to Southeast Asia. So I would say so far, racism has not been an issue. I don't know about mainland India, but when you talk about outside India, I would say no.
So, talking about sports again, every year we celebrate something known as Sports Day. Now, this year's theme of Sports Day is Sports for the Promotion of Peaceful and Inclusive Societies. So, in that context, in your opinion, can sports play a major role in creating an inclusive society?
Absolutely. Like, what is it? For peaceful and?
Sports for the promotion of peaceful and inclusive societies.
Okay. So, just say, for example, a couple of months back when we had the Paris Olympics, we have so many, we have 2 wars happening around the world, and so many political issues. But sports has this power to bring people together. So even for that 2.5 weeks, the entire world had that respite from the drama that's happening around us, and people got together to support their team, to support their nations. I mean, even my parents, who usually go to bed by like 9:30, 10, they stayed up to watch like India play, so it brings people together. So even in context to Nagaland, when it comes to sports, if you're a good sports person, regardless of whether you are Angami, Sema, Konyak, does not matter. It's your performance that matters. And if you're a good fit to that team, So I would say it's a very powerful tool to create an inclusive society. Yeah.
Sports is fair.
Yeah, of course. Fair. Yes, it is. I mean, there are instances where you might face a little bit of prejudice, but that's life. That happens everywhere, We don't live in a utopian world.
True.
But otherwise, yes, sports is fair.
You have also collaborated with government and other organizations as well, right? So what more can government or any other organization do to support sports in such a way that talented players get the opportunity, regardless of their sex, gender, economic background?
Okay, so First, I'm not an expert in this field, but the little that I do know, like just say, even when it comes to the government, they have a lot of programs for sports development. In fact, they're running 2 academies also, where they have sports people from different backgrounds, be it economic backgrounds or different tribes also. And even when it comes to the Khelo India centers, in case people don't know, there are like several Khelo India centers also, which promote different disciplines of sport, So the government is, again, on the right trajectory. And if you're talking about organizations, just say, for example, we're talking about football here. So even when it comes to NFA, NFA is also trying its best to make an impact in the football scenario here. So everyone is working towards the same goal. So I would say we're on a positive path, but we do need a lot of support from people, because unfortunately this is going to ruffle a few feathers, but unfortunately in Nagaland we have this tendency of pointing fingers, Yeah, it's always a blame game. But as citizens also, we should be accountable for our actions and all work together. Yeah.
Besides football, and I believe you mentioned Sepak Takraw or
Sepak Takraw.
Sepak Takraw.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, other than football and sepak takraw, which other discipline of sport would you like to see become popular in Nagaland?
Okay, football is loved by everyone, yes, and I would say shooting is also a very interesting sport. Yeah, you don't, like I said, there's no bar, no size limit, no age, no nothing. You just
I'm so interested.
you better join. Yeah, but jokes aside, that's also an upcoming sport. It's very interesting. Apart from that, sepak takraw, like you already mentioned, it's a very popular game, and our how to say athletes are at world standard. Okay, they're fantastic. So yes, there will be a few. Table tennis is also another interesting sport. Yeah.
Table tennis. Do you feel like we have the talent to create a chess prodigy as well?
Oh yes, of course. Yes. Thank you for reminding. Yes, chess is also a fantastic game. Yeah.
So, I will not insist on any more questions anymore. However, Sports Club Nagaland, you had formed this together with your husband.
Yes. Yes.
So, I would like to give you the time to give any message to your husband right now, if you'd like to say anything to him at all.
Okay, not particularly to him. I speak to him every day, or to our partners also. Right now we have not to our, but how to say, we're also at our infancy. We're also learning, but I mean, one thing is clear: we want to develop sports and we want to create a positive impact. So we just would like to request people to have a stronger community support. Yeah, like for instance, we were talking about Michivi, right? So his first game is going to be played on 1st September. Yeah, so it would be nice if the home crowd, supports him by just watching his game.
You've been there in Thailand, right?
Yes, the first game of the season. Sorry, the first game of the season is going to be on 1st September. So community support. Yeah, home crowd. Yeah, it'll really boost up his morale also. So if people are interested, they can go to YouTube. The channel it's a free channel. It's called Thonburi United TV. So they can just subscribe and follow. Yeah.
It's a free channel.
Yeah, free channel on YouTube. Yes, Thonburi United TV.
Thonburi United TV. Listeners, please make sure that you follow. Like she has mentioned, community support is so important. It's our boy from our land who is making us proud. Right?
Yes.
So let's support him. Even if we can't go there physically, at least digitally we can support him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And is he on Instagram so that our listeners can also follow?
I think he is,
believe
but
he
I don't.
must be.
I don't know his Instagram account. I'm so sorry.
I believe he must be. So check him out on Instagram and give him a like, follow him, support him.
That'll be great. Yes.
So finally, Christine, is there any final message that you'd like to give to all our listeners, especially the young listeners?
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. And to all the young listeners, like I said, if you do enjoy sports, do something about it, pursue it, Like, not everybody can be an Olympian, but sports has so many benefits to your life and to your health and to the community. So, yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. Keep supporting Sports Club Nagaland. Right? Check them out on Instagram. Follow them, DM them if you have any sports inquiries. And once again, thank you so very much for being here in our studio with us. We would love to have another conversation very soon. So
thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for having me.
So my dear listeners, there you have it. That was a lovely Christine Longchari. I would like to reiterate that she is the president of Sports Club Nagaland. She is their Insta handle. You can check them out on Instagram. Please support them. And of course, please support our local talent who will be playing on September 1st there in Thailand.
Yes.
So listeners, take care of yourself. I'll see you very soon. This is your RJ Temsu.
You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.